Chip here with the XRP Minute. DNI sent me here today, and guys, he sent all of you, a lot of you today anyway, so that is very, very cool. Thank you, Digital Nomad Investor. Man, you had me laughing tonight. You were doing you were doing some funny stuff. I know we got a bunch of little inside jokes back and forth, but you had me laughing a little bit. Yeah, so here we go. Let's go. Let's start this puppy off. Let's get it going. Let's say hi to some people in the room. Looks like I'm on an extreme lag today, and why? Nobody knows. Same setup I always use, same internet connection I always have, and for some reason, this is what the internet's all about. It's just like sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. But I can already see that I'm on a pretty heavy delay. So you ask me a question, I might answer in like 30 or 40 seconds. So let's see how this works out. But I wanted to give a big shout out to Digital Nomad Investor for sending people over, but also for the content he provides. You know, he provides unique perspective, really, that very few can. His background, his experience, and he's not too shy in sharing it from the sense of some people might be a little bit more hold it closer to the vest, but DNI is very open, loves to share, and he's done a tremendous amount for the community. He's had such a huge impact in such a short period of time. So that is just phenomenal. So let's see what ends up happening tonight. I want to welcome a lot of the people that came in. There's a bunch of people in here. I see somebody like Quinsar, Silver. Let me put my shades on over here. What are my glasses? I have my glasses over. I can't see. I can't see. Okay, I can see. Here they are. Oh, I got a few of them. I'm just gonna put these on tonight. There we go. Okay, Anthony Jackson's here. We have GXRP, Stephanie G, Matt Richter, Hodl Report, dial up. Oh, bad. Is it that bad, Hodl? Is it that bad? Because I may have to restart it if it's that bad. I might just have to reboot and then restart. Let me know if it's that bad. So let me know if it's bad. Hodl, somebody let me know if it's really dial-up connection looking bad. I may just have to reboot and then restart, which I don't like doing, but I'd rather have a pleasant experience and have a 2-minute outage than try to like struggle through it the rest of the time. So guys, oh, it's fine. Okay, Hodl's saying it's fine. If Hodl says it's fine, then we're good. But yeah, I'm getting, yeah, I hate that when I see the stream health and it's not that good. All right, good. Matt LaRoche said it's good. Alan G says it's good. Alex Yeat's been tearing up the internet lately with these, he's been doing these amazing avatars. I'm like seeing his work everywhere. So, and I love hardcore too, but it's just cool to see you bring in a nice perspective to the place. Dan Skis says it's okay. Rupert Rutsky, it looks like you didn't get the notification for DNI. Is that what you were saying earlier? Omar Kaufman says it's fine. Bob Moneybags, honorary. Well, I don't even say he's honorary. He's a brand new zookeeper. So, Bob, big congratulations to you, man. You deserve it. You bring so much to the space. I love the video. By the way, guys, check out Bob Moneybags' video. Go click on his he's in the chat, but go ahead and click on him. Go over to his channel, sub his channel, and please take a look at the video he did today. He's talking a lot about charity, and what I love about the space that we're in, the XRP community, it's a giving space, man. We all like to contribute and give, and he did an awesome video about the Good Souls group and the charities, and that was a really awesome video, Bob. Thank you very much for putting that together. It really is a nice video to basically outlays, what the community is all about. What the community does. And I think it's important because in life, there's a lot of things we can do. We can give our time, we can give our energy. And the fact that you guys are all here tonight, hang on a second, I'm going to tell you a secret. The coolest, badass people in the XRP community are here tonight. And you know why? Because they're on all of the other channels as well. Because there's amazing content creators in this space. And I'm just happy to be part of the fun. Part of the fun, we're just one of the team members. So what I wanted to run down to, let's see who else is here. Devon Steve is here. Tina Hall, as always, she's always here. XRP Carolina. Moorish Prince C7. What up, XRP fam? With multi exclamation points, which gives a lot more energy. Do that one. One is okay. It's like, yeah, it's kind of exciting. You say XRP fam. You start putting 2 or 3 in there, and it's like, fam, XRP fam, and then all caps. And now we've got something we can really lay into. So I really like that. Tina Hall says, what's that interesting? Because Bob Moneybags got his Kit Kat bar from Crypto Eddie. Yeah, Crypto Eddie. Man, I want a whole set. I think she said there's like 200 and some different Kit Kat flavors. I am into that. Oh my God, I'm seeing, what am I seeing right now? Notorious. I'm seeing the gold medals. I'm seeing the name appear. Notorious. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much, man. I love that. I love it. It's awesome, man. So, guys, so thank you. So, we got some stuff to get to. Tonight's a little bit of a grab bag. So, I usually like to do, Tuesday nights. I usually go Tuesday tech, and as soon as I can get the kinks worked out, I'm gonna start doing the chip chat. Chip chat Thursdays. I think we'll do tech Tuesdays. We're still trying to feel it out. We're doing it together. We're trying to feel it out. I'm looking for suggestions. I'll eat Kit Kats. You want to donate Kit Kats? I will eat them on the stream. Because I love Kit Kats. Even and here in the U.S., I mean, all we have are two flavors. We've got the traditional milk chocolate and dark chocolate. There may be more, but that's the only thing I've ever seen. Hey, Sumreel's in the house. Hey, Sumreel, what's up, my man? Yeah, it's awesome. So GXRP, you're right on. And brother, it was so good seeing you the other night on the zoo, man. I have to say, it was so cool. For I watched you for about a year, I think. Just the sunsets and the backyard shots, and just the California shots. So it was kind of cool to see you on camera, and I just love this community. I love all the people that show up and gaming crypto. Not missing out on those Kit Kats. I'm not living missing out on those Kit Kats. Okay. Okay. XRP baby, Matt LaRoche, caramel Kit Kats, OMG. So let's get to some stuff. Again, it's going to be a grab bag today. I usually like to put stuff together that I feel like, there's a lot of great news. Anyone heard anything about NASDAQ? Somebody told me something happened with NASDAQ today. I'm kind of lightly joking about it, but Anthony Jackson was, he's got the joke going that how many times will this get tweeted today? Has anyone seen it yet? So we bring it up multiple times a day, just because it's new and it's fun, but it's really not new. I mean, we all heard it. So when I come on at the 10 o'clock slot, or if you're on the other side of the world, if you're like in Sydney, Australia, then this is lunchtime. So maybe you're having a Sammy, maybe a little soup, maybe some crackers. I don't know, munching along, watching the chip, go on the screen. I don't know. We have Dansky's in the house. Dansky, Vetranone was just phenomenal tonight earlier on DNI's chat. I love some of the contribution you had on there, my man. It was some good stuff, some deep thinking. We don't get into deep thinking here. I mean, I'm a deep thinker, but I like to have a little bit more fun. We're just going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Got a couple different screens, so you might see me once in a while look off to the side. But let's go with the headliner today. This $50 billion banking giant launches international payments with Ripple's XRP. We always talk about that. They have to get Ripple's XRP, right? You got to stuff the keywords so that they get some traction in the search engines. A Middle Eastern bank will begin using Ripple for international payments. At the Financial Sector Conference on April 24, Saudi British Bank announced the launch of its instant cross-border transfer service payments infrastructure on that block and Ripple blockchain. So it's kind of cool. There's a little video here too that you can watch of Sagar Sabai, and look at this, a key win. This is what I love. They're always asking questions on these sites. A key win for Ripple and XRP? Well, gee, I don't know. Should we read further? Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has always been consistent on his vision of overtaking SWIFT to become a dominant banking infrastructure provider. Yeah, pretty much. He's pretty much been doing that. But this is what I like about reading these articles. They're always filled with, and here's Stephen Dieppe. Ripple's meant to replace SWIFT. XRP is meant to be a digital way to move value. All of Ripple's customers are using both Ripple and SWIFT. Corey Johnson from Ripple in November 2018. And guys, does anybody else out there miss Corey Johnson? Does anybody else miss him? He was just such a cool purveyor of Ripple and XRP. I mean, he was just a good guy. I remember him from obviously CNBC days, but it was really fun really cool to see him out there. And so it was a little bit short-lived stint. I thought he brought a lot of value, and he was just a good guy. I don't know. I really kind of miss him. I don't know what he's up to now, but he was just a really kind of a good guy, man, going out there and doing some good stuff. So what else do we have here? What do we have? Yeah, he had panache. Right on, Matt LaRoche. Matt LaRoche nailed it. He definitely had something. So here's something that I saw. It's kind of in beta right now. It's called Coin Crate. Or I should say what is it? Coins Crate, right? Coins Crate. It's basically coinscrate.com. Now, what I do like about this is how clean it is. I'm a front end guy. I love clean stuff. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. But you can come up here and search for, let's see, I don't know. What would we search for? Let's say XRP. So you can search for it, and it's got a really nice clean interface, which is what I really like. And suppose you want to, flip over here. Just love the clean look of this market cap over here of all the coins. They have 2170 coins. There's 13,000 markets. The market cap altogether, 24-hour volume. Just a good overall clean sort of, and you can sort of like nothing really the other like coin market cap or the other ones do not have. Yeah, Ojai Punk says Corey was a badass. He really was a badass. And thank you, man. I'm glad to see it's doing better. It looks like I got a green health. Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate that, Carolina. Ben Sedino is up in here. What's up, Ben? Benny and the Jets. Benny's in the house. And Danny Torres. Hey, Danny. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. A big hello. And Ed French. Ed French from the ranch. The Ed French is here too. I don't know. So Devon Steve's saying, hey, doesn't Corey have a TV channel? I don't know if he does. That'd be kind of cool to know. I don't know if anybody can check, maybe throw a link in the chat, but I'd like to know what he's up to. I kind of lost touch with him after he. Yeah, I don't know, Brian. Did Nasdaq say they were working with Ripple? I don't know. There's something about that. I don't know. Ed French. So anyway, this is coins. It's either Coins Crate or Coin Scrate, and I'm thinking it's probably Coins Crate. Okay, but it's a cool little it's very well laid out and clean. Now, how accurate it is, I'm not sure where they're getting their API from. I really don't know. I mean, I haven't investigated that much, but it is very clean, good looking, a lot of nice space around it. I think it's pretty nice. Again, I think what they've done is he's just put a better front end look on, do they have to make the zero that big? Really? Do they have to make it that big? What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? It means we're filling the bags. That's what that means right there. That's what that means. So let's move right along. Let's move along here. So I was kind of got a little bit of sad news here. I don't know if you guys know Breaker Mag. I was a big fan of Breaker Mag. They did some really interesting stories. One of the things about Breaker Mag that always stood out to me, it was just giant, right? Everything was giant. You click on a story, but they are shutting down. So I saw that it's kind of a bummer, and I was just reading some stuff on there yesterday, so it kind of came as a shock to me. But stuff like this, central banks like blockchain, and they had some good layouts, some very good writers there. And now my face is red, and now there it is. But man, it was a really, probably just let me just click this here and kind of put it into perspective here. But it was a really nice mag. They're shutting down. I didn't really get why they're shutting down. I like to get rid of all the riffraff, but there were some very good in-depth stories, very solid writing, and maybe it was just too good, right? Maybe we're used to seeing 4,000 ads and a couple of blurbs on a page, maybe. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But anyway, I was kind of bummed out. I saw that today. I thought I'd pass it on. I don't know if you guys look at this site anymore, but I became a fan of Breaker Mag just in the last couple months, and they they're doing some pretty cool stuff there. So let's see what else we got in the grab bag, the chip grab bag today. So I saw this, how things work, the facts visually explained. Now, what I liked about this was, it's I always like infographics, and I always like to see things spelled out, like how the money works. But I noticed something is missing from this, like how does crypto work, right? So I like the idea of colorful illustrations and some other information like why governments fail financially. Like it's always good to be able to take some complex data and pair it up with some graphics, right? Because sometimes you can, if you read it all together, it looks a little bit boring, but it's kind of interesting. There's a whole evolution of money, basically how money works, how tech works, smartphones. They do a pretty cool job of breaking some of this stuff down. But I just thought this was kind of interesting. And in 2019, it seems to me that we should see right up in here somewhere how crypto works or how digital assets work, somewhere along those lines. I suppose it's being worked on maybe. I'm not as sure, but thank you, Anthony Jackson. Everyone, destroy those thumbs up. XRP is destroying his portfolio. And don't forget to sub. Right on, my man. Well, maybe temporarily destroying the portfolio. Hey, Rain in the house. Rain, loving your videos, loving your little short news bits you do on a daily basis. Guys, if you don't know Auburn Rain, he's in the chat. Click on him, go to his channel, and please sub his channel. Puts out some really good content. Now, what's cool is Rain has, if you go look at his YouTube channel, he has a lot of videos he's put some effort into and some skits and stuff. I want you guys to go over there, just sub him. You know, he's got some good stuff, another interesting perspective, and you know, just a great guy in the space. So he's a West Coast guy, I'm an East Coast guy. We meet in the center, man. It's a good thing. Also wanted a big shout out to Hodl Report, Jeff from the Hodl Report. He occupies this space. If you guys haven't subbed him yet, you know, DNI does some amazing shout outs, which I always appreciate. And I also try to return, you know, and just highlight the great people in this space, the great YouTubers, the people that show up and contribute in the chat, all of you. Hey, Dana Palmer, say sorry. I don't know, sorry for, but hey, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. What happened, Ed? Did I miss something? So Ed Friend just got back from the East Coast, spent time with his mom to get her situated, lost dad last month. Oh man, I'm really sorry about that, Ed. Sorry to hear that, you know. I'll be putting up content again soon. Okay, man. I was gonna ask you about that, but that makes sense. That makes sense, man. So, you know, listen, the community wishes you all the best, man, and hang in there, my man. Let's see what else. Yeah, condolences from me and the community, man. Jay Vaught and Jay, how do you pronounce that name? Are you sorry you did that now? So Jay Vaught, if you look on his Twitter, it says Jay Vaught, pronounced Jay Vaught. But I will call you Justin because that is your name. You'll always be just Jay Vaught to me, but I like calling you Justin. So that's all. If it's all the same to me, to you, so we'll just go along. And what else we got here? What else do we have? Let's take a look. I don't know if you guys know about Vote. Vote is a censorship-free Reddit. If you guys know Reddit, like I like Reddit, especially the XRP Reddit. But you know, just like any other social sort of an arena, they do censor a lot of stuff. They've thrown a lot of the stuff out. You guys probably know of this, heard of it. They don't like a comment from somebody in the XRP, J pronounced J, or is it J pronounced J? They don't like a lot of the content. So what they've done is they've seemed to have really rallied against censorship with the Vote. Now, what's interesting here is that the CEO of Vote said that American authorities contacted him regarding death threats posted by users on the platform. Following this, the CEO requested users to chill. He said, listen, just chill on the threats, okay? So the Vote community responded. Chastain took the Vote to notify users that the agency had contacted him. He didn't want a name to warn him against increasing content that crosses the limits and making threats. On a lighter note, he said, come on, man, we're better than this. And, you know, it's interesting. So you go the other way. You do a swing. So you start off saying, you know, we're not going to censor anybody. And just like platforms like Gab, all of a sudden everybody thinks that you can just do anything. So now you start getting death threats, not cool. And again, it really kind of really goes against, yeah, you want censorship free, but then, you know, you're basically, there you go, right here, it says it all, licensed to hate mongers. So you're going to start getting a bunch of stuff going on here. And, you know, I wish them all the best. I'm all for new platforms. It says Vote, no hate here, right? So a little play on that. I'm all against it, but, you know, somehow we got to find a mid ground to make all these platforms sort of work in stride together to make them work, right? So the block, I like this publication a lot too. So I wanted to highlight this story because digital assets data raises $6 million to be the Bloomberg and GitHub of cryptocurrency data. So if you're not, so obviously everyone's familiar with Bloomberg, right? Financial platform. Bloomberg also makes a lot of the trading stuff that a lot of the traders use with the proprietary software and whatnot. Now GitHub is where you commit code to. So GitHub, I think, houses the majority of the code that you find on the internet. And you know, we use GitHub, so that's where you're going to commit code to. You're going to do all your changes, and that's that. So what they're trying to do is kind of be kind of a in between. So they just raised $6 million in new capital, And announced on Tuesday the seed round supported by Digital Currency Group, Galaxy Digital, CMT Digital, Jump Capital, Morgan Creek, which is Anthony Pompliano, Ritz Wealth Management, CEO Joshua Brown, and other investors. So generally what happens on one of these raises where you see $6 million, how they do the raise, especially on the seed rounds or a B round, what they'll do is they'll basically shop it around. And I've been in that space of raising the money and looking for the investors, and they say, well, so and so goes in, I'm in, and if you get them to commit X, I'll commit Y. And then so now you got these two people semi-committed, and you just kind of go around and raise money. The VC community, venture capital community is a tight-knit group. They all sort of know each other. And so that's how they go ahead and raise money. So you see $6 million, that's split up between all these folks right here. So they were founded in 2018. Digital Assets Data offers access to analytical tools for crypto asset data, which is CEO Mike Alfred hopes to solve two of the biggest problems hanging over crypto investors: poor data quality and the hassle of manage large quantities of data. So they're tackling another problem, especially when we look at the space which what they're looking at, regular crypto investors, but also institutional investors. So what they were saying was they don't see enough investment in crypto data analytics relative to the opportunities, but we think it's $1 billion marketplace. And I don't think they're wrong. I think this is pretty interesting. What they do is their software collects large quantities of on-chain market and reference data to crypto assets, hosts them in development environment. So this means the firms can not only access crypto data market through digital assets platform, but also code various analytical tools. So basically they're warehousing the data, they're building touch points to be able to come in and research and do stuff with that data. So anyway, that's pretty technical, but it's what I like is every time we see one of these stories, we just got to put our notch, because what that means for the community is expansion, right? Blockchain expansion, data expansion, all of this goes to one theme, and that is we are humming right along. Look how different look how different it is in coming up on May of 2019 than it was a year ago, right? Long crypto winter, some say we're in it, some say we're moving into a bull market. But when you see these stories popping day in and day out and money being flooded to the what they call the fintech space, that's all good news for all of us together. I want to jump over to chat. Hold a report. What's he saying? Question I'm debating right now is Kilburn, Tullamore, Dew, or Jameson Caskmate. Well. We just hit upon one of my favorite subjects, Jeff from the Hodl Report. That's what we're going to do next. Hodl and I are going to have to put together a whiskey stream. We'll put together. I want to have him on the show. I was fortunate enough to be on his stream last night, and I had an amazing time. So if I can get the tech worked out, he'll be on next week if schedule permits. If his schedule, Tullamore is great. Tullamore is really good inside. It's what they make the Irish coffee with, and I probably had the best one I've ever had in my life. If you're ever in San Francisco, there's a little bar not too far. It's God, the name escapes me right now. But anyway, they make an amazing one, and Tullamore is what they basically use. So Brian says he was born in Tullamore, so there's your answer, man. You gotta go with Dark tonight. Brian Dark is you just gotta go with it, man. I don't care if you already poured something out, yeah, shoot it back. But let's pick the Tullamore, right? Take me drunk, I'm home. XRP DT in the house. Hey, man. What else we have going on? All blockchain news is good for all the projects. Right on, Rain. That's all of what it is. We talk about a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of news going on there, but you guys know about ErisX. This is a competitor to Backed. Remember, we've been hearing about Backed. Backed is rolling out. But here they just put $20 million in a Series B round, which I love. Like I said, all of this reigns true on one thing and one thing only. We are expanding, and there's really no going back. I think if you were to look back a year ago, yeah, we always had good news coming out, but it's pretty vast and it's coming pretty hot and heavy. Now you can see that the venture capitalists are eyeing the space. And when they pour a lot of money into VC, at the time when Uber came up and Lyft and the sharing economy started getting rolling, we saw a lot of different, I would say, competitors and lookalikes come out, and they were just flooding the space. And so when you start seeing venture capital money coming in and pouring in, that means that it's taking off in a different way because business is about to blow up. So they're seizing an opportunity, they're seeing the market potential, and the reason they were willing to take a shot and a chance on it is because it will return a lot of money, big bags of money, which is what venture capitalists like. They like giant bags of money. They don't care if it's crypto. They don't care if it's what fiat it's in. They just want to know that it totals a lot of money. So crypto exchange RSX raised an additional 20 million for its Series B. The newly injected capital will prepare the firm for its upcoming crypto derivatives market, which is scheduled to be launched by the end of the year. Knock on wood, it could happen sooner. If successful, RSX will become the first regulated crypto exchange for both spot and derivatives trading. So again, I'm not going to get into who the VCs are, but this is great news for us. And Anthony Jackson says, if XRP Minute can like Jerry Mathers, we can all like the XRP Minute. Yeah, I had an encounter with Jerry Mathers, better known as the Beaver on Leave It to Beaver. And I don't think as long as I'm around on planet Earth, I don't think Anthony Jackson is gonna let me forget it. But it's okay, that's all right, man. I like a little back and forth. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, Dansky, I do use GitHub. Yeah, I do commit. All of our commits go to GitHub. Matt LaRoche says Dubliner whiskey liquor with honeycomb on rocks or in coffee. He's got the little emoji with the little tongue hanging out, which sounds pretty good to me. Dana Palmer's ready for the XRP to light this candle. She's talking about some tech analysis. When I hear the candles, I think it's going to be romantic. I think you light the candles. It's going to be a nice night. You throw on some nice soft music. But no, we're talking about the candles as it relates to technical analysis. We're all ready to have that blow up. No doubt on that. And what else? What I saw something. Oh, so XRPDT, Tennessee Whiskey. Yeah, and XRPDT, he's this guy knows his stuff, man. And he knows what he's doing. Let's just say that. He knows his stuff. Meowgi. Mr. Miyagi is in the house. Anthony Jackson, heard a rumor you like your women or your Kit Kats or milk chocolate. Anthony Jackson always trying to make it up. Liquor in the front. Great deep dives on Twitter. AJ, yeah, right on. Yeah, you know what? I like finding the same bit of news and then repeating it over and over again. Yeah, the Catman's in the house. Mr. Miyagi. So let's move right along, guys. Let's see what else we have here. So backed by Custodian. Signs BNY Mellon amid quest for legitimacy. You see, this is a good article. Everything started making perfect sense. They were doing a great job right here. This is good news. But then just for the little zinger, amid quest for legitimacy. You see how they gotta say nice things on the front, but then they punch him in the throat on the back. It's like, hey, this could be the greatest thing ever, and then a couple shots to the throat. So again, the takeover should help back secure the New York regulator's approval to operate as a so-called qualified custodian. Do you think that Aziz Abdel Kader, the writer of this article, has a doubt? Because he's like so-called, using words like so-called and talking about back. It's funny, you see this stuff about crypto, and then you see all the little key words in there, so game changer. Secondly, Bakkt also announced a partner with BNY Mellon to offer geographically distributed storage of private keys secured by the bank. So they kind of mixed it up. I think they're looking for haters to come in and read the article. Could be keyword stuffing. I'm not exactly sure, but it always kills me in these articles. Like, yay, it's good news. No, it's not good news because they're so-called. They might be, right? You guys have seen a lot of that. Yeah, circular reporting makes it real, right? Good, yeah. Well said, veteran owned. I love when they get on that whole kick. And let's talk about one of my favorites here. Let's talk about John McAfee. This guy, man, he's a rebel. He's a crazy lunatic, and I love him, man. He really is something else. If you ever wanted to know a person that just doesn't care what people think, it's got to be McAfee. There's just no doubt about it. So he announced a crypto debit card. On April 27th, the founder of McAfee and Associates, a software security firm, announced his company's working on a crypto credit card that would be accepted everywhere, right? So we keep seeing a lot of the credit cards being flooded here and there, and all over the place. XRP needs to moon tomorrow, need to outbid in. Okay, so what is that? Jeff from Hodl. Sorry, I'm gonna do a little break in here. So you put a link in there. What are we looking at there, Jeff? Because I'm not gonna click on the link because it'll destroy my stream, and I can't have that. I cannot have you destroy my stream, but just because it'll be I don't know what that is, but you'll get to that. So he's going to do Visa branded debit cards, convert to local currencies. So John McAfee, long been known for his bullish sentiments in the crypto industry, and yet another plan of his, he's taken in the crypto industry by storm. In his latest tweet, McAfee mentioned that crypto debit card is around the corner and it's a teaser to soon be released. A teaser for what is coming soon, the first crypto credit card accepted everywhere. So the reason I say, he's a big Bitcoin maxi guy, but he also is pretty good for the space. However, there's been some kind of controversy in his background too that, but I don't really care about that because I just know that he's sort of a legend in the tech space, and I just really love the way he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. So in addition to this, the tweet also included a mock-up of the front and back pictures of McAfee's crypto debit card. No details of how users could register for the debit card. So here we come with there's no details. It might not happen. It might happen. Nobody knows. He mentioned only the first 12,000 of these debit cards will have his image on it. What does that mean? Collector's item. That's what that means. Collector's item. So what I'm going to do is take a little sip of some ginger tea because I've had a real scratchy throat the last couple days. And my wife was kind enough to make me some real ginger root tea, and it's just awesome with some natural honey in there. So your opinion on an actual timeline for USA Trading Exchange. Man, you're asking me these complicated questions, AJ. These are complicated. So Hodl reports saying 85,000. Oh, one in existence whiskey. All right, man. So they're probably auctioning that, right? Wow. I don't think could you ever drink that? I mean, what happens if you just you're drinking other whiskey, get a little bit past your point, and then you just dig into that where you're not even enjoying it anymore. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. And XRPDT is all about the Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, that's what he's saying there. So I like the fact that crypto debit cards, if you would have said something about crypto debit cards and credit cards a couple years ago, kind of a pipe dream, people would have said, yeah, I could see it in the future. But now it's everywhere. There are cards that exist today. We know Visa's ongoing saga to get into the space with what's it called? Ports, something port, Lice port, no, something port. You guys know what it is. Can't think of it off the tip of my UK company they're trying to acquire, and then the UK regulator stepped in and said, whoa, 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 not so fast, and said, you can't take this because it might be monopoly, it might be something else. I mean, so they kind of stepped in and had this whole thing. All right, so Anthony Jackson's calling for USA Trading Exchange by the end of 2019 or 2020. There's also another one that I like that's going to hit later this year, which I will probably start talking a little bit more about as it gets closer to their launch, which is coming up. So I really like the fact, they also talk about Coinbase, one of the largest crypto exchanges, announced its partnership with PaySafe to launch its own crypto debit card. But where are they launching it? Not in the U.S. No, no, no. They're launching it. They're launching in the UK, but it's not because Coinbase is trying to trying to upset the base in the U.S. It's basically because of the regulators, right? They're a regulated exchange, and there's some issues why they can't actually. I think there's some issues around that why they can't actually launch it in the U.S. At least what I'm told. So if you love this article, you can always send a little bit of Bitcoin over here via the Lightning Network. You can send a couple little Satoshis there and there. Yeah, okay, Auburn Rain's back on his PC, was on his phone, so much better. Yeah, sometimes the experience is better, and I have a Coil account, and it's sad because I'm always watching on my phone, which is pathetic because got the TV, I've got the laptop, I got 3 monitors here, and here I am sitting there, on my phone like this, I'm on my phone. Look, I got D Live notifications, guys. D Live. We're actually on D Live, so we're streaming to 5 other channels. If you're on D Live, look me up over there. I think it's S-Chip on D Live. I'm also on Twitch. I'm also on Periscope. We're also streaming to, where else are we streaming to? Mixer. I think I nailed them all. That was 5 of them, I believe. Rain on the set. Rain. Rain here. That's my, let me do my rain. Hey, everybody. Rain here. And I've always said that Rain ought to change his name to just Rain. Because you go to throw the Auburn in there and I get confused. Like Auburn Rain. I don't know what to do. I just like the whole idea of Rain. Just shorten it to Rain. So, consensus spinoff Truffle integrates with with the Goldman Sachs supported blockchain. Truffle is integrating with Axcore, a proprietary blockchain jointly created by Goldman Sachs and the JP Morgan supported Exani, Forbes report on April 29. Consensus spinoff makes tools available which widely used by Ethereum developers, has raised $3 million, hopes to expand. So what we're seeing constantly, whether you like this story, whether you like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, I don't care. I don't know if you like them. I'm not saying I like them or don't like them, but here's what I like. I like news like this. It gets me lit up because we're looking at, these are just stories that popped, right? They're not all from today. Maybe they're from the last day or two. And what are we seeing? We're seeing a consistent sort of theme running through it. A river runs through it, and it's called adoption. It's called Ripple. It's called XRP. It's called the best use case for any coin. And that's what we've got to believe. Hey, King Blue is in the house. King Blue. Hey, man, good to see you. Good to see you. Man, thank you for stopping by the stream. Thank you for stopping by the stream. And Tina Hall, yeah. King Blue's a legend. You know, he really kicked off the Good Souls group. And I have to say, that you're brave enough to stand, take that first step forward and go through all the trouble of reaching out and figuring out a way to contact and put all the feelers out there for when he raised money for St. Jude. Now, let's talk about this, KB, a little bit. I think there's something like, the last time I checked, 70,000 XRP raised for St. Jude. Am I right? I think there's like when it hits $14, that's the $1 million prize right there, the $1 million goal. So it's pretty impressive, guys. And, I always say, I talk about the Good Souls group a lot. I am a member, and I'm proud to be a member of such amazing people that I aspire to be like one day when I grow up, one of these days, right? Yeah, so KB's saying, yeah, so it's really cool, guys. So I always say, if you follow King Blue, if you're not, and really, there's some great stuff happening in XRP space. I love the community because we're givers, man. We like to give, we like to donate our time. We're not shy about contributing. Somebody in a community has a rough time, and here comes the community rallying to support. Yeah, we got to watch out for the scammers out there. But really what we're talking about is making a difference, right? Because we're gonna moon, and then, okay, what are you gonna do with all the money? I know we have a lot of answers for that, but one of the best ways you could help is either donating your time, giving back, or giving to somebody else that's gonna make the difference, right? So what St. Jude's is doing with kids, they don't ask for money. You're in need. You show up at the hospital, and it's all run, largely on donations, corporate sponsorships, and stuff. And King Blue jumping out there and doing his part, man. That's something. Yeah, getting there with micro donations. And a lot of people laughed at micro donations, right? What's this and that, guys? It can be. You don't have to donate even one XRP, because we know one XRP is going to be worth $50 one day, right? $150, $5.89. But it doesn't matter. You could set up the tip bot to donate to at Good XRP, which splits it amongst a bunch of charities, and you could set it up for just one XRP or half an XRP. Use some drops in there. This is the brilliant part of what micro donations are about. It's not about like, well, I can't give 20, I can't make a difference. You can, man. It doesn't take. It's what you want to give, and it could be, if you were to give one XRP for 12 months, 12 XRP, but now what if 20 or 100 or 1,000 people did that? See where I'm going with this? It adds up big, right? So when I see news like this gets me pretty excited because I just know we're on to something good. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this next thing. I don't know what it is. What is Hodor saying out there? Rain, blah, 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 blah. Just running through it. XRP Master, Crypto, Brian Doc. Can you talk about taxes? Man, do you want me to bring this stream down, Dark? You want me to bring it down on the taxes? Let's talk about taxes. Tell me specifically about taxes you'd like to hear. We're talking about cryptocurrency. I mean, they're gonna vary by country of origin. So that would be something. But anyway, I came across this. This is called, I believe, TripKey. Sounds like it, TripKey. This is the beta version. Now this is the other thing, right? So there's another travel, and gosh, guys, I just don't recall what it is right now. But there's another one out there that accepts XRP, and then I see this one, and I'm like, well, what are we seeing? We're seeing a couple of travel sites that they're trying to capture the market, right? Are they setting themselves up for today, or are they setting themselves up for moon? You know, when you have a lot of XRP and you want to be able to purchase a nice trip, so you come to something like TripKey, right? And you go ahead and book your trip, which is awesome. So let's take a look at, that looks like they also are behind. They show up at a lot of the events, that are happening around there. Bitcoin, at the Malta Blockchain Summit. And if you take a look right here, I see something I like over here. Looks like an X for XRP, but yeah, they accept a bunch of these different coins, Litecoin, Bitcoin. It's cool, Monero. It's really awesome to see that what we're looking at here. They're based out of London, but I like what I'm seeing. I like to see the fact that you're starting to see businesses and that are starting to take cryptocurrency. It sounded like a pipe dream before, but now it's starting to feel a little bit more like, this is becoming commonplace. So this kind of stuff, they got a travel club you can sign up for, but it's basically trippki.com. And I like what they're doing. I like this a lot. Anytime I start seeing this stuff, I'm thinking adoption is in the space. What else do we have in the grab bag for today? So XRP records over a 5% surge with NASDAQ exchange adding new XRP index. So we talk a lot about how the news can actually sway the market, right? And it was kind of interesting. NASDAQ came out with this, and I don't know. I'll ask Anthony Jackson. I don't know. Hey, I want to just do a big shout out to my little brother. My little bro, Patrick Chip, is in the house. Everyone give Patrick Chip a warm welcome. Little Chip here. He's not little. He's actually my size. We're about the same. We look the same. We talk the same. My mother butt dialed me the other day, and she says, hey, she's like, Patrick? No, your other son, Steven. She doesn't know us because we all sound the same on the phone. You can't tell us apart. And in the Chip house, built by Chip. Yeah, hey. Yeah, hey brother, appreciate it, man. I've been trying to get him in these streams, and he's a busy guy. He's doing a lot of stuff, so it's all cool to have him come in here. If you can see his avatar, it's a watch. He loves watches. This guy loves freaking watches, man. And as you can tell, I don't wear a watch. I also don't ride a horse, and if you're wondering why, because I have a truck and I don't use it for transportation. But if I guess I could ride one. So, but he's into watches. He's into luxury watches, all kinds of watches, and I keep chip off the old block. Yeah, we heard that a lot of that growing up. My God, our name was crushed. It was totally crushed, growing up. But yeah, there's a lot of different things going on there. Hey, BZ Comedy Channel, what's up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Awesome Ripple News and Game of Thrones was epic. And you know what, BZ? I waited for you to show up. I've not talked about Game of Thrones one bit. I was actually going to throw something in there, but I got some bad pushback from Rain last time. Rain's like, I'm Rain. I don't like Game of Thrones. But yeah, it was just awesome. I'm not going to give out any spoilers, but it was epic. It was an epic episode, and man, I just absolutely loved it. So when you see news like this, it's good for the entire sort of the sphere. So blockchain, Corticellar, Ripple, and Swift, a marriage à trois, menage à trois, marriage à trois. So you always see a headline like this, and it totally grabs you, Yeah. Yeah, right on, Anthony Jackson. Chip doesn't need a watch. He can tell time just by looking at his cell phone. Right on, because it's nuclear time. It is synced with the nuclear clock. But to my brother's point, it's not. It's a piece of jewelry. It's a statement. It's history, depending on when it was made, and it's also. And he follows some pretty cool people on there as well. And I keep trying to encourage him to stream because I think he'd be awesome. He did a lot to that space. I think he could really bring a lot to the space of watches. Just not my thing. And Anthony Lou says it'll happen one day. Auburn Rain. All right, Brian Dark. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna get on a little rant. I've never seen one episode of Game of Thrones. I was sitting in the same position you were last year. Buddy of mine, like, you see it? I'm like, dude, I'm really not into Game of Thrones. I'm really not. So I watched the first episode. I'm like, is it picking up? Does it pick up? Tell me it picks up. He goes, watch another couple. And he goes, I'm telling you, man, it's the best thing I've ever seen. It's one giant long movie over 8 seasons. And then after on the third episode, I'm like, I couldn't stop watching it. It was just that good. So I was with where you were. Um, so this is a whole thing they talk about. But first, what is Core Settler? So they talk about R3 announced the launch of Core Settler. It's designed in a way to give companies a new, fast, secure, and reliable way to move crypto. And then Core Settler uses XRP. Both Core and Ripple are open source blockchain platforms with a focus on service enterprise business. So they go through this whole sort of thing. It's kind of a nothing article. I mean, how does it work? I love the clickbait though. You got it. When you see something like that, catchy, fun headline, you know, it is all three. It's Core, Settler, Ripple, and Swift, right? Which I don't know if they all belong in an article together, but again, it's more of the same. Live stream with Big Chip and Little Strip. Listen, I like the idea of that. I got to see if my bro will come on it. That would be a fun stream. Game of XRP. Now you're speaking my language, little bro. Yeah, that'd be cool. What do you say, brother? What do you say? Come on a stream with. We'll do a stream together. Put you in there. We'll talk watches, man. You show me some of your watches. We'll get on something. We'll get on there. Game of XRP. I think everyone's into that. That's what we're into. That's GOX. What else we have here? So I saw this, guys, it's a grab bag. We're gonna do a bunch of different stories today. I saw this. This actually made me laugh. The picture is actually pretty funny because it talks about the personality trait linked to long life, right? So it says certain personality traits predict how long you'll live. People who are persistent and careful live the longest life. Surprisingly, to live a long life, you don't need to be particularly happy. Now, a while back, there was a story of a woman from France who was 119 years old. She wanted to die for the last 50 years of her life. They asked her, how did she live that long? She said, I don't know. I don't like living. I don't like people. I've outlived all my family, my kids. She just hated life. She just wanted to die. She says, God has cursed me. And she wasn't a particularly joyful or happy person. And meanwhile, she checked out, I think, at 119 or 120. It says the people you might expect to live the longest, cheerful, happy-go-lucky types, actually have the shortest life. Guys, I'm on the back. That means I'm on the back nine right now to put some language into Anthony Jackson there. It seems as though, yeah, so now they're talking watches. Good. Get the watch conversation going. So I like that. So the reason is that cheerful, laid-back people tend to be more careless about their health. Okay, well, I'm okay in that department. Persistent and conscientious people, though, get that checkup. They're more committed to their work. The conclusions come from a study that originally included 1,500 smart kids. They followed them when they were 10 years old in 1921. So it's interesting. It's not always what you might think about your long life. But anyway, that was just part of the grab bag here. I know we're winding down. We're coming into 6 minutes here before we wrap this puppy up. 5 ways. I thought I like this too. So guys, you ever go to try to buy an airline ticket? And then you go in there, you're like, I'm ready to pull the trigger. That's a great price. And then you pop back later. Well, basically, the problem is they're looking at your IPN, your cookies, number one. That's the first thing. Your IP address, number two. So you basically got to clear your cookies. You gotta. If you're using VPN, that's great. And I have a buddy who swears Tuesday's a big business traveler. He says always buy tickets on Tuesday. I know my brother's a big traveler too. He's a big business traveler. I don't know if he's got anything to add on that. Uh, Jeff from Hodo says, Little Chip, you need to get an American made straight from Detroit. Shinola. Right on. Right on. So VPN, virtual private network, that basically masks all this stuff. So this is really what they're talking about. By the way, Oz Crypto has, he found a really good one. I've been wanting to pull the trigger on that. I'm probably going to do that. But if you go to Oz Crypto, if you guys know Oz, please sub him. Just search Oz Crypto. He does the perspective from down under. He's out of Sydney, Australia. But he has a great link. Yeah, we can call this section life hack. But he has a great link in his on his description for a VPN. It looks really, really solid. So here's the other one. Pretend to be in a foreign country. Why? Because you can actually, if you mask a foreign country, you can actually buy it cheaper out of the country than you can in the country itself. So I just want to share some of these life hacks, things that I use when you're doing stuff. And It's always good stuff. Where are we at here? We're 5 minutes away from. Now, guys, I love tattoos. I would never get a tattoo. Why, you ask? Because here we are sitting in my office. We've been in this house for about a year and a half now. I still don't have any pictures hanging on the wall. Why, you might ask? Because I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm pretty sure that I have a favorite pair of shoes. Do you guys have a favorite pair of shoes? I do. Guess what? I'm not wearing them for the rest of my life, but I do love tattoos. I love the art of tattoos. I'm always amazed. These are probably some of the coolest ones that I've ever seen. This is amazing stuff. So this guy Matteo Mambo creates graphic interpretations of his clients' favorite fruits. These are some pretty spectacular tats. I mean, they're just beautiful looking. You know, they're real. It's really different than anything I've really seen out there. And what else we have here? Yeah, let's check this out. So I'm really digging these tattoos. They're so cool. So there's a porcupine, man. I actually thought, maybe this is cool, like this, a little pipe with the graphic over top of it. It's really some cool stuff. Left brain, right brain. I mean, what could this guy do with a cool XRP tattoo, right? There's the interpretation. Show me the house with the trees on the lake. Well, there it is, people. There it is. You see the house right there. You see the trees. Guy's just spectacular, right? I don't know what he charges for these tats, but they are phenomenal. Cartoon tats. Well, not really, man. More graphic interpretation. What else we have here? Look at this one here. Yeah. So it's cool stuff. It does animals. There's a lemon right there in the background. Pretty cool stuff. What else do we have here in the grab bag? Move over alcohol. This nootropics cocktail gives you a buzz without the hangover. Of course, that grabbed my attention. But then, as you guys know about nootropics, basically a bunch of natural stuff that's packed together. So they just talked about you can basically gulp down these concoctions to kind of give you a little bit of an edge. College students are using them and stuff. How does it work? I'm not going to get into that because we are running, a little bit close to the time frame marker. I like to keep these to about an hour, but I wanted to say thank you, brother, for jumping in. I wanted to say SPF 40. How much XRP do y'all need? Well, yeah, we never discuss numbers here, but you can talk about it in a sense. We never disclose how much we have, what kind of bags we're holding. But I'm pretty sure if you have 108, you're going to do pretty well. 108 XRP, you're going to do great. And by 2026, you're going to just be rolling in the dough. Blockchain pills, awesome. Yeah, right on. Dana Palmer has a 1994 model DT, which I'm not sure which one that is. And then, guys, so over the last year, I went through a little bit of a weight loss thing where I got down to my ideal weight. I basically dropped 50, and I've maintained it for a year, which I'm pretty happy about. And then I realized it would have been easier if I just had come across this, right? This is a refrigerator door lock. This is just some really solid thinking. You look like, well, yeah, I don't know that I'd really do that on my put this door lock because you drill holes in but it's actually pretty cool because it has this peel off right here. It's double-sided tape, right? Because you could break into it. The object is, it's supposed to curtail you a little bit. It's not like you're not going to rip it off, but it does. This stuff does hold, especially when it's taut. When you pull it, it holds pretty well. So, per Vincent Wilson, yeah, Vincent Wilson says you need 20K, but it's all good. What is going on with my mouse here, guys? This is I'm having a weird oddity here. Let's see what's going on. There we go. So I just wanted to let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit. Who else? I want to recognize a couple people that showed up tonight. Tina Hall needs the lock. I think we all do. But the idea of the lock is maybe to train ourselves a little bit. But it's cool. I like stuff like this. Someone always invents some gadget. There's always some fun little gadget. Alex Yeet, Alex, Hodl reports. Hodl, please drop in before we go, because you're streaming tomorrow night. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to go over and sub your channel. I want you guys to sub over in Jeff's channel. He's at the Hodl Report, spelled HODL, at the Hodl Report on Twitter. But I want you to go ahead and please drop your channel. There you go, at Hodl Report. And please drop in, Jeff, your channel over there so people can jump over and sub you. I'm sure they're probably subbing you already. But if you guys don't know Hodl, I was actually on his channel last night. It was awesome. We did a little live stream, and we're gonna probably do that again next week, where he'll come on here with my 18 subscribers. No, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the epic levels that Jeff said. I think he has 2,000 plus, but he does an awesome stream. He does streams on Monday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10, and I hear there's a rumor going around that Rain's going to take the 10 o'clock Friday night spot. Also, Hodl Report does an excellent broadcast Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. So it's nice to wake up, chill, grab your coffee, and just listen to some of the amazing news that's going on. And like I said, Jeff from Hodl Report brings an awesome perspective. He's akin more to a digital nomad investor. These guys, they always show up in each other's streams. They're always just filled with knowledge. So I love both of those guys. They all both bring a little bit of a different perspective. What else? Friday nights with Rain. Okay, Rain here. Yeah, so he's going to do Friday nights. I'm actually putting together a website, guys, that's going to allow you to go on there and see when all this stuff's happening, because there's a lot of content creators coming out. I want to showcase also charities. There's some other stuff that I'm going to put together, but I'll roll it out in pieces. But first off, you're going to see, we're going to start with the schedule, right? So a schedule. So we have CKJ on at 7 o'clock. We have at 8 o'clock Brad Kimes Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes and Mrs. Backup. Then at 9 o'clock we have the Digital Nomad Investor. Like I said, I do. Jeff from Hodl Report does Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturday mornings. I do the Tuesdays and Thursday slot at 10, and then Auburn Rain, who's in the chat, please sub his channel. Go sub his stuff and check out his videos, man. He puts a lot of good stuff in there. Does some good green screen. I can't say that 15 times fast. Green screen work, and so does Hodl Report. Now it's cool because Jeff. I always see these cool pictures. He's like, yeah, I snapped this when I was here, and I snapped that. So he uses his own photography, which is pretty awesome as well. So he always has these cool sunsets or cityscapes behind him, and does a really amazing job. So what else we have? It's like coveted friends, Seinfeld Thursday nights. Yeah, it is coveted, man. It is coveted, baby. Yeah, it is kind of nice. And it's cool too because the zoo streams on Thursday. And yeah, it's kind of a cool one. But Mondays are cool too, because Mondays you're like, all right, man, I just came off the weekend. For us working folk out there, there's something, you're looking for something else to do. Tansky says his TV doesn't have the XRP network. Jackson, you don't need subs. You're already epic, my brother. Well, what can I say to that? Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Wait till you see his new set. Okay, I'm waiting. We got it. All right, so guys, go sub Auburn Rain. Go check out what he has. He'll be dead before he's 80. You never know. You never know, XRPDT. You never know. You never know. Yeah, so Carolina's asking where Brian Dark's at. Where's he at? Yes, it's at the Hodl Report. Stick it in there one more time. No, yeah. Stick it in there one more time, Jeff. Put it in there. I know that Alex Yeet, guys. And Alex, I don't know if I know you've been tearing it up with the avatars, man. I always like to put some emphasis on when I see some really cool stuff happening in the space. Is that something you make, and how do people get those? Are you just doing those for people, or can somebody go to a website? Because drop your link in there. I've been seeing you tearing up the space, but doing a lot of these avatars for people. So go ahead and drop a link in there if it's something you have a website out there or something. I want to just see. Go ahead and drop your link in there. Yeah, there it is, the Hodl Report, HODL, Hodl, like we're all hodling strong, hodling, like Rupert Rutsky says, Hodl. Yeah, so yeah, Brian Dark, how do you show up in this stream all the time, my man? What time is it there again? Please tell us the time. It's like, you're like a night owl. You never sleep, and you're amazing supporter of the community. You've been an amazing supporter of this channel here. Also, Tina Hall, XRPDT, Ladderstall Nation. Anyone got good online money makers? I need some more crypto. Yeah, well, you got to be careful of those, man. I know a lot of people have been scammed on some of those so-called money makers. You got to be careful. Alex Yeet, you guys can find him on Twitter. He's under Alex Yeet. No web. It's just a hobby. Yeah, so it's cool, man. I've been digging what you've been putting down, man. You've been doing some good stuff. And Jeff just dropped his. Go over there and quickly sub on his channel, man. But check him out. I love the people in the space. I love you guys in the community. I'm gonna rip. We're kind of gone a little bit over 5 minutes, but I wanted. Yeah, he hates. So my brother's saying he hates them. My older brother looks 10 years older than me and cooler than me. No way, bro. Not cooler. Maybe I look a little bit younger, but I'm definitely not cooler. There's no doubt about that. But you got to come on a stream. We'll do the chip and chip stream, right? It'll be a fun thing. I don't know who suggested that. Was it Anthony Jackson? Someone in there. Sorry, I read a lot of comments tonight, but somebody suggested we should do a stream together. And I think it's a great idea, man. Let's do that. Whoever suggested it, I'd go ahead and say, hey, I was the one that came up with that idea. Yeah, insomnia sucks. You know what's good for that? About 15 whiskeys. No, I'm just joking. But I will tell you truly what's good for that, Dana, is having some tart cherry juice. You can buy it at either online, but you drink some tart cherry juice, that'll knock you out. It's a really nice way. I usually fill a little glass of that, drop that back, just chills you out and relaxes you. It's really good stuff. Digital Nomad Investor, and that guys all know DNI. He's a legend. Thank you, Digital Nomad Investor, for championing this community, doing what you do, and blowing up, man. It's fun to watch you blow up because you're awesome, man. And I always appreciate the shout outs you give, and you just contribute so much to the community. I also love the videos you do. I'd like to see you do more videos because I like to see what an expat does when you're out and about feeding elephants or doing what have you. But when you're out there in your surroundings, because we're always behind our computers, right? We're behind our computers doing our thing, but I like when you go out because obviously, if you guys know Digital Nomad Investors in Thailand, he's born and raised from Detroit, Michigan, Motown. Yeah, Dana Palmer throws up a drink. Right on. Right on. Yeah, shout out about your graphics when you made another ripple. What? Yeah, okay, another ripple effect. Right on. So Rain's giving you some kudos out there. GXRP just bought some more XRP. Well, that's awesome, man. That's good to hear. Yeah, keep filling those bags, guys. I know so we can be depressed about it, but we know it's going to blow. And when it blows, we'll look back and we'll say, I used to tip people 5 XRP. What? It's worth 500 bucks now. Whoa, can we go back to those days? I actually set a friend of mine up who shall remain nameless, but I think I set him up with 50 XRP, and he's still a doubter, still a hater, but I know what that's like. I was a big doubter and hater as well. So yeah, I know what that's like, but I'm like, hey, don't do anything with it. I know you believe it's because he keeps telling me, but it's not backed by anything. Well, last time I checked, the U.S. dollar what was that backed by? Debt. I mean, really? I mean, it's not on any gold standard. It's backed by nothing. It's backed by an agreement that we say this is worth X and it can buy Y. That's our agreement. It's not worth anything really, right? Uh-oh. Now I'm getting into digital nomad investor territory. Chip Squared live stream, 1,000 subs. No, man. We all right. So is that what you're saying? Is that what you're doing? You won't do it until we get to 1,000 subs? By the way, guys, you see Patrick Chip. That's my brother. He's a watch guy. He has a watch avatar. He needs a good avatar though, man. I don't know what watch that is, but he needs something a little bit cool. But hey, man. But anyway, let's run it down. And I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. And blueberries are also good. Right on. Yeah, blueberries, XRP Carolina, GXRP, Dana Palmer, Matt Roche, Tina Hall, Rain, Auburn Rain, Julian. Am I saying that right? Julian. Thank you guys for coming out today. Smash those thumbs up on the way out. Smash them if you haven't smashed them already. I'm going to scroll up my screen here. Jeff from Whole Report, thank you for the support, man. Dansky, Alex Yeet, my brother, Patrick Chip, thank you, man. Thank you for coming and showing up in a stream. Why don't we do 500? I'm almost at 400 now, guys. And you know what? If you like the content that's provided here, help me blow up. Help me catch up. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help me. Help me help myself. I want to get to at least 1,000 subs. DNI's on that quest. I'm on that quest. My first quest is 400. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 400, then I go for 5, then I go for 1,000. But I'm on my way to 1,000. So guys, share it with people you know, with other people you know that are in the XRP community. Have them come in and contribute in the chat. We like to do the chat on live stream. Also, if you sub my channel, you see that I put out these fun little videos. I try to do a little more lighthearted play and take on it. Sometimes they're goofy, but that's what the original XRP Minute was these short little videos. But it's kind of hard to get adoption, and you can't, I'm long-winded, so there's a lot. I got to tell you, when I try to condense it to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I end up 2:37, and then I can't post it to Twitter. with the subtitles. So who else do we have in here? Who did I miss? And if I miss you guys, Danny Torres was in here. Dana Palmer, always a great supporter. She's Insomnia Queen. Who else? I think I mentioned Matt. Ed French was in here. Ed French from the Ranch. We had Brian Dark. Brian Dark, a great supporter of the channel. He's I don't know. I think it's 4 in the morning over there, maybe. King Blue was here. Who else, guys? I mean, it was a good time tonight. Always a good chat. Thank you for showing up. Share this with your friends, your family. Share it with everyone you know. Just share, right? And we will get that chip chat together. Chip chat is what I'm calling Thursday nights. I'm going to try to do some interviews. I'd love to bring Jeff from Holder Report on Thursday night. And hopefully things don't blow up. That didn't go so well when I tried to bring Sam Iaman. I want to have him back on, but I want to make sure I got this thing locked down. So guys, gals, everybody, thank you for showing up. This XRP community is awesome. And I just want to say one thing before I go. That's my take. What's yours? Chip